What is going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. It is Jamil with Millman Studios. Thank you so much for tuning in to another video. Today we're going to be looking at these two filters that were sent to me by Sandmarc. Now I have here a retro filter. This is the strong mist filter, and then I have here the star filter. Now, as you can see, these have clamps on them. These aren't for your traditional digital mirrorless camera. These lenses actually clamp onto your cell phone. iPhone to be specific. Sandmarc is a company that is based out of California. So if you want to support an American company, this is a good opportunity to do so. They were kind enough to reach out to me and to send me both of these filters now. What that means is that we're going to be doing a giveaway. I use these filters on an iPhone 15 Pro Max. If you have a 15 Pro Max or even a 15 and you want one of these filters, be sure to drop a comment down below letting me know which filter you like best, the star or the retro, and I will pick two lucky winners and send one of these filters out to you guys. Having a modern phone makes photography extremely accessible. There was once a time when if you had a camera, you had a tool that was specifically made to do one job, and that was creating photographs. Nowadays, if you have a cell phone, anybody can be a photographer. If you guys are in the photography space or want to get into the photography space, I don't have to tell you, it is expensive. Sony just came out with their, the Sony RX1R3 that retails for $6,200 Canadian. It's a small camera. We're not even going to get into that, but it's expensive. So I love the concept of a company that's building a product that allows photography to be accessible. People that are starting out, people with a passion to step into this space, they can just pick up their cell phone, open the camera, and start snapping away and learning, the basics of photography, composition and exposure and that sort of thing. So let's get into the pros and cons when it comes to these filters. The first thing is that this is extremely easy to use. It comes in two pieces. You have the filter itself, and then you have this clamp that comes in the box. I almost missed the clamp, but it's actually at the bottom of the box. Don't throw it out until you get the clamp. I almost had to contact Sandmarc and I was like, you guys forgot to send me the clamp, but it's in the box. It's just kind of hidden away. All you do, you thread this clamp to the back of the filter, and that's it. It's ready to go. The clamp itself is plastic, but it seems pretty sturdy. The filters are metal construction and there is some hard plastic as well, but overall it doesn't seem like something that's, super flimsy. It seems like it could be quite durable. What I like about these filters is that they have two very unique characteristics about them. And if you go to sandmarc.com, you can see exactly what they have to offer. Obviously, these are just two types of filters. They have different kinds. They have like a polarizing, they have a cinematic one, they have a bunch, but these are just the two that I'm testing out right now. What I found with this retro filter is that there are three characteristics that stood out to me. The first one is that this filter will warm up your photos. Okay, it will give it that nice retro warmth, like you're shooting Kodak Gold or something. It softens your image, so it takes away that clinical sharpness that you get with the iPhone or with these modern cell phones, and it softens it or dehances it, if you will. The other thing is that if there's a light source in the image, it will cause that light source to glow really nice. It blossoms really nice, and we'll get into some test images. Before we get into the star filter, let's actually take a look at some comparison images that I took. And what I did when I took these images, I took one photo with the filter on and the other photo with the filter off, so you can get a good idea of what this filter does and how it affects your photos. So if you're paying attention, you would see that the images with the filter on has this nice glow, especially when there's a light source. It softens the image and it makes it more warm. So it's a really nice filter, a really nice touch if you want, something a bit more soft and not so clinical with your photos. So let's take a look at the star filter. The star filter is unique in that it causes light sources inside of the image to flare. If you don't have a direct light source and you're, say, using the sun reflecting off of your watch or like your car or something shiny, that also causes the flare. Sometimes you have to really get the angle right in order for it to generate that flare, but when it does, it is brilliant. If you're not shooting into direct light or you don't have that exact angle of reflection, then this filter, it's really hard to tell the difference between this and having no filter. This really pops when you have that direct light source. And a matter of fact, we're actually going to take a photo just so you can see how brilliant this filter can be. Another thing that's unique about this is that this rotating ring allows you to change the direction of that light flare. So you can kind of change it to how you want it to be before taking the photo. It's really, really neat. All right, guys, so we have the star filter, iPhone 15 Pro Max. We are shooting max raw. Gonna make sure I have the star filter on properly. So I just set the time to 250 because that allows the Rolex logo to be shown in full beauty. Star filter is on. And I am underexposed 2 stops. And let's take some photos. Okay, so I just uploaded the photo to Lightroom and I added some slight edits. And I'm gonna use this new printer that my buddy Mike was so kind to send this to me. That's gonna be my very first print, so let's go ahead and see how this goes. Wow, that's actually pretty damn good. That's exceptional. Wow, thanks, Mike. All right, so we looked at the pros. Let's take a look at some of the cons when it comes to these filters, and there are some cons. Now, as you can see here, my cell phone case, it's very low profile. Despite it being low profile, it still does not fit the filter on properly. What that means is that there are gaps here. It's not, there's not a really nice fit and finish. So it requires me to take off of my case. Every time I want to apply this filter with the clamp, I have to take off my case. And as you know, every time you take your case off, you're probably stretching it a little bit more. And then once my case is off, I'm good to go. You just clamp it on like that and it is solid, it is good. One thing you want to take into consideration is that when you apply this filter, you want to make sure that your cameras have no obstruction, because the ring or the filter can sometimes, if it's not placed properly, cover one of the cameras. And when you go check your photos later, you'll see this black blotch in the image. So you just want to make sure that you have it on nice and snug and free of obstruction. Another con for me is that the clamp system, it takes up a chunk of your screen. This whole area right here is blocked by the clamp. Now, the way that you rectify this is obviously just to buy one of Sandmarc's phone cases that interfaces with these filters seamlessly. The way that the phone case works is that you don't need the clamp. You could just literally screw the lens onto the case. So that obviously takes away the cons, but just say, you want your own case and you have a case that you like. You just have to be prepared to take your case off every time that you want to apply these filters and the clamps. That may be a deal breaker to some people, but if you're able to overlook that, then you've eliminated one of those cons. In conclusion, I really do appreciate this product from Sandmarc. If you're able to overlook the clamp system, and if you're willing to invest in their case, then I think you have a product that really allows you to add creative touches to your images through the retro filter or the star filter. Like I said before, photography being accessible to anybody with a cell phone is a good thing, and it gets people, you know, thinking about photography, looking and seeing compositions wherever they go. So with, you know, the way that the market is and things being so expensive, you know, anyone with a cell phone, you can be a photographer, and products like these help you to be creative in that process of making photographs. So thank you guys so much for tuning into this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Remember guys, if you want one of these filters, be sure to drop a comment down below. Let me know which filter you like best and why, and I will pick 2 winners to send these filters to. Thank you so much. Remember, the best gear is the gear you have, and the best photos are the ones you take. Don't forget to keep on shooting.